Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices for Tuesday the 15th of June, and starting with the Russell here, we're still in the uptrend here, going from wave 4 to wave 5 here. I'm counting it conservatively with 5 waves between wave 4 and wave 5 here, as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then going up for wave 5. It's possible to have a top on this one here to be really quite conservative, but there's a couple of things that I'm not happy about really. Is first of all, this wave 4 here is a little bit small. And we haven't really made a nice clean break from these highs here yet, so I do think there's more here, but what we'll need to do is we'll need to see establishment of tested support on top of 2,300. Now it can do that by just moving straight up from here, but it could also move back down to this area here before heading higher as well. So that means it would put wave 3 up the top here and wave 4 over here. Let's just have a look on the hourly chart at this count from the low here, as 1 and 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, 4, 3 and 4 here. As I mentioned, this wave 4 is a little bit small. Then we've just been counting each wave to the upside here, and this is where we are now. So there's also 5 waves in here, but it hasn't really made a top above here as well, so it's probably likely this is just wave 1 here, coming back for wave 2 and 3, 4, 5, moving higher from this point. This number here is the most important one of 2,300, the 300. It makes it the top of minor group 1, so we really want that support to stay there. If the market does come down, it'll come down to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here, and then move up from that point. So we've got a long position here with a nice stop here with part profit here, so we'll just leave it at this point. Where in the later stages of this, but the other markets, the S&P and the NASDAQ, still have further to move up, as you'll see, so we'll just see how this goes. Now the SP 500, there's 2 possible counts for all of this in my little brain cells. One is that we have this wave 3 top here, and the other one is that this wave 3 here as an alternative is here as well, but they have equal weighting at this particular point. But our main point here really though is that the market still has further to move up in this bullish run. Secondly, the count that we're looking for at this particular point here, wave 4 here, as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and going up for wave 5 here. So our focus is really on this little move through here. Now I've got a conservative count and a count that can take us a little bit higher. So let's go in and have a look at that. No change from yesterday really, except the market's moved up, which is nice. So picking it up from this wave 4 here to this wave 5 here, we're looking at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and still heading up into wave 3, 4 and 5 here. So I would imagine that would be above the 4,300, so that would be our target area to the upside. Now I can count this particular pattern here in a triangle pattern, which leaves this green wave 4 sitting over here. And in that case, if that wave 4 is sitting here, then this wave 1 would be sitting over here as 1 and 2 here. So let's just, if that's 1 and 2, well then this move up here should be quite strong as a third wave, and that's what we can also view here as well. So just as wave 4 here, wave 1 and 2 here, and then we'd need to see, we'll just keep an eye on this, we'll need to see this move move along a bit quicker from this point, and it's starting to as well, so it's doing all the right things. So we'll just keep an eye on both of them, but in both cases it's important to note that we'll be looking above the 4,300, and this number here is also important as well, because from 4,000, 1, 2, 3, this is also part of minor group 1. So if we get a tested support on top of this level here, then we can set our target to 4.5. And on that 4,300, we'd be looking for a classic trading levels pattern that would look a little bit like this. So we'd want to move to 4,500, we would need a really nice solid setup support on the 4,300 across here. So this classic trading levels pattern here with the arrival at 4,300, the correction, the first high above the level, and then another correction, and then finding support, and then moving up. Something very similar to that. We will need to have that accumulation process to get us to, take us through that distribution process to 4,500. So this level, this price point here is really important. So we'll just keep an eye on that. But yeah, all good. We'll just continue to move to the upside on that. And the NASDAQ, just on the daily chart here, we're looking, well, it's pretty self-explanatory really, except that it is possible to have wave 4 sitting on this low here rather than I've got it over here. As I mentioned before, one of the reasons that I've got it over here for is that it does make a nice B wave up here. On the comp, on the NASDAQ comp, it looks better as a wave 4 sitting here and moving up to this point here. But because there was things like the Russell, for instance, that was in that big triangle pattern, and that started on the same day over here for this. So there's a good case for an A and a B and a C here. So yeah, and just counting this along here. Now this is also a very conservative count here that I've got as 1 and 2 here and 3 and 4 here and going up for wave 5. It's probably the case that we've got this as 1 and 2 here and then 1 and 2 of a smaller degree and then going into the third wave here. So I've counted this conservatively, but that's okay. That will keep us safe. And then at the right point in time, we'll be able to extend this higher at this point. So just drilling into this area here for a moment. And so it doesn't quite overlap. Wave 4 and 1 don't quite overlap, but it's close. So we'll just see how this goes. Like I said, we could put this wave 1 sitting over here for this, but at this stage we'll just put wave 1 here and 2 here for this, and we'll look up for 3 and 4 and 5 coming up through here. We'll get a bit more detail on that, but like I said, this move here could just be wave 3 here for this, so we'll just dull that out for the moment. If we just stay with the 5 waves as we see them, that will keep us safe and it will get us to our targets, and we can manage the situation better. Pinning it higher up to the 15,000 is also very logical as well. Markets like that psychological finishing line, but yeah, just one step at a time. Right, let's just go to the hourly charts here, and as I just mentioned then, 1 and 2 here and 3, but could also be wave 1 and 4 and 2 here, and yeah, wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 moving up. So I'll just have a look at the tick chart for this. So we're in here yesterday, so we've got this conservative counter here and 1 and 2 here. So yeah, we could start labeling this a little bit. There's a couple of ways we could do it, but the main point here is that we'll just put wave 1 here and wave 2 here for a moment. I could put 3, 4 and 5 here to be 1 and 2 here as well. I'll need to mull that over a little bit, so I'll just leave that there for the time being. But definitely still higher to go in all of this, so just stay long here for the time being. Alrighty, let's have a look at stock. Starting with Tesla here, we've got from wave 3, we've got an A wave, a B wave, and we're going down for the C wave here. Now I have had this counted as 1 and 2 here and 3 and 4 here, and then going down for wave 5 here. This wave 4 at the moment is probably incorrect. If we take this top here, just checking for myself, the 38.2% retracement level is here where we are at the moment roughly. So we don't want it going any higher than this point in here for this. So the other way to count this is looking at all of this as wave 1 down here, and then an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here. We'll just go to the tick chart. I think I did this on the hourly chart, but I'll just go to the tick chart first. So yeah, I was thinking that we had blue wave 4 here with this move down through here as wave 1, and then an ABC back for wave 2. So we were waiting for the 600 to become the retested resistance, but we didn't get our setup here. So the alternative was having an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave up here for that, which in turn would leave this down here as wave 1 down here, and this as wave 2 up here. Let's probably see this better on the 1 hour. I did, yeah. So this move down here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here as 1, an A and a B, and and a C wave coming up here for 2, and then dropping at that point into wave 3. So yeah, a bit of a rock and a hard place, and it's probably we'll just have to see how it goes. I mean, this could be down for 1 here and coming back for 2 here for this. Let me just go into, that's not going to work either, is it? So yeah, I think we'll have to stay with this model here, unfortunately. Let's just go back to the tick chart and check. Yeah. So, as I mentioned yesterday, it looked like it would be going higher, and you could look for long trade if you wanted to above here. That could have been, like, technically you could have dropped that down to the next high here as well. In fact, I've probably got that here. Yes, already had it there. So yeah, so we need to look after this now. So we'll just copy that and pop that there for a second. We wouldn't want this little low here to be breached on any long trade. The target will be somewhere up around the 650. We should be able to get some sort of trend channel sort of happening here for this. I'm just going to take it off this one here for the moment because this one's spiked here, but we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, so that's that. At the moment we haven't got our short trade, but we've got ourselves a long trade, so that should just continue to move up from that point. And we'll be looking for 5 waves up here for this wave C here, which we can bring alive now, I guess. Anyway, we didn't get our trade, but we did all the right things at the right time, so that's okay. Yeah. Okay, let's move along. Okay, with Facebook here, we're looking from wave 4 here, counting 5 waves up of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. We can count in this section here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here and 5 here. The point that I wanted that we've been making over the week is that this 5th wave here could just be wave 1 and then 2 and then 3, 4 and 5 up here. So that appears to be the case. Just clear this off here. It needs to make a new high above here to do that, but from this point here we can look at, just draw this for future reference, 3, 4 and 5, something of this nature. I mean, all the markets are going to kind of top and turn together when this occurs, you know. Like the S&P's got further to go up, the NASDAQ's got further to go up. This is Facebook, sorry, did I say that? Yeah, it's got further to go up. Let's just have a look at the tick chart. Yeah, and so this was our top here. We had a question mark. We had it also as wave 1 here and wave 2 here. We looked at going long above the breaking of this trend line at this point here. Also looking to add here as well, because from that top here to the bottom here, that was the box, the 50-60%. So the first high above the level here at 335 would put you long, and we'll need to manage that. The other point here is we didn't have 5 waves from the top here coming down looking for wave 1 here. We didn't get 5 waves down. We had this as wave 1 and 2 here, and then wave 3 here. We could have viewed this as wave 4 overlapping wave 1 a little bit, but we never got that 5th wave down here, so we only ended up with 3 waves here for this. So yeah, so we can't do that, so that will be wave 3. You're going to be up here further for that, but yeah, we're long and we need to look after these now, so I'll just copy that and put that around there somewhere. Okay, well, we've got ourselves a long trade. Keep these out of the way for the moment. I'll leave that there until this top's taken out, just in case we've got some other ugly sort of thing here of an A and a B and a C wave up here. Right, so what's next? So square, we're looking at this as wave 3 here, with an A and a B and a C wave down through to here. And we're looking at the C wave being 5 waves of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. Now this wave 4 here has been breached, so we're long at this point. It is possible to put wave C on this low here for this. So there's 2 things that can occur now. If we do look at this here as, I'll just move these into the right place. So that would go to here. It's just sort of a sharp wave 4 in there and wave 5 here. So that's going to, it's sent us bullish at this particular point, but this wave 4 here could get a little bit uglier here. So all of this here could be an A, B, C just for the A wave, and then a B wave up here, and then a C wave coming down here further as well. So we just need to be, it would be nice if it just goes straight up and we're long, that's all nice, but if the other markets are topping, then that's going to create a little bit of a problem at that point. So we just need to be a bit diligent of everything. So we'll just pop that in here. So it's possible that it could just come to that point and fail. So we'll just keep an eye on that. We need to manage this trade now. So let's just go to the tick chart. So we talked about being long up here, but on the tick chart we were refining it down to this point here. So let's just work this for a moment. Because this box here, that was the, and this number here, that was the 50-60% retracement level at this point. So we had this as wave 4, looking at this as wave 1 to the downside here. Didn't really give us a nice wave one down, I have to say, but it's obviously some sort of corrective pattern, so I'll need to get my head around that. But yeah, so I've got wave one over here, wave two here, three here, four here. That's coming a bit low at this point, so I'll have to put a little bit of work into that. But once again here, we've switched from analysis had us looking at the short side, but as a trader, putting the trader hat on, we did all the right things and went long at the right time here for this. So the 230 is going to be really quite critical, because the number 3 here, this is also minor levels as well from the 200, 1, 2 and 3. And then we've got 5, so the Fibonacci numbers 1, 2, 3, 5 and then 8. So getting support on top of 3 here will be the setup to taking us to the next level at that point. So we'll just see how that goes, and I'll need to count all of this. I won't do that in front of you guys. Let's just move along to Apple next. With Apple, we're looking from the top here. We're counting 5 waves down here as wave A here, with an ABC pattern here for the B wave, and then a C wave down here in 5 waves. So we're looking at wave 1 here with an A and B and C wave here for this to come back into this box at 134 area, and top out with the S&P and the NASDAQ and so on, and then move down from this point. I will introduce this again here, because this wave 4 that I've had here, it was always possible to put wave 4 over here as well. So this would have been an A wave down here, an A and a B and a C wave to here to make a B wave, and then down for a C wave here to make wave 4 here, leaving this wave 1 and 2 here and moving up. So we'll just keep an eye on this over here. Yeah, if it moves up too far, then we'll need to look at this being much more bullish and looking at a move that's going to be heading much higher at this point, at that point. So we'll need, it's just something that we'll need to work through. Let me just bring in a bit more data here. Let's just bring in a bit more. So we're looking at 5 waves down here for wave 1, an A wave, a B wave, and looking for a C wave up here. Now, from wave B to wave C here, I was counting this here as 1 in here, A, B, C for 2, and then 3 and 4 here, and then 5 little waves up here to make the high. I'm not sure about that spike, but it's not like I can fit an extra wave in there as such. So wave 1 here, 2 here, and 3 here. Yes, wave 4 has overlapped wave 1 here. So it's possible to call this an A wave, a B wave in here, and a C wave up here. But I think I'd probably rather just start considering this as wave 1 up here and a 2 here maybe. I'm not sure where we get that from, so I'll just stay with this for the time being. We were looking for a move up into this box here. Now, all that's going along nicely at this point. So we're probably quite close to a top here. Let me just look at this for a moment. And this is probably 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or even maybe to there, but then we've got this, so one, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe I'll just give it a bit of latitude here and look at something like this. So that would look at this as 1 and 2 here. This is definitely a nice third wave, isn't it? You know, nice third wave here, fourth, and then probably 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave. So I've just, because the other guy, I mean, I could put a top in here, but that's not going to work either. So it's probably the right, right place for that. So anyway, I'll recount that a bit. put a bit more work into that. We don't have a long trade in here for this, but that's okay. We've got other long trades. So let's just, this is interesting here because if this is 130 here, so this is also a minor level, the top of minor group 1 in its own way from 100, so 10, 20 and 30, 1, 2, 3. So if we get a classic trading levels pattern sitting on this here, but it have to be a nice nice strong one, then we'll look to go long over here for that. Okay, so we'll need to see, you know, it migrate from being resistance to support, but in the meantime also gathering some accumulation process across here as well. So we'll need to see much more here for this to be to turn bullish at this point. But this up here at the 133 area is a 61.8%, so that's our sort of target area. So I'll just continue to leave that there for a moment. But I like the idea of it being corrective based off this first move here, because we don't have 5 waves in this first move off the low here. We have this sharp move here, which is probably 5 waves, but then we've got this correction coming back in 3 waves, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So it's only in 3 waves unless there's something in here that I can't see, obviously. So a 1 and 2 in here and a 3, 4, 5, then that would present a bit of a different case. But yeah, maybe but this is what I was basing the whole move up here on, as a corrective move, because we only had 3 waves in the first move for this. Okay, let's go over to Alphabet. So in this case, we just clean this up because my tick chart gets all squashed up when I close it at the end of the session. So a little bit hard to see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I don't even think we've got wave 3 in there yet. But anyway, we're on track here for this to move up higher. Google's already at 2,500, of course, but Alphabet still moving to the upside here, and we're looking for this wave 3 here. So on, maybe I've got it on the daily chart here. So I mean, this gives a good sort of overview of the whole market, really. This is really, you know, I mean, even crude oil's the same as well, and probably a lot of the commodities actually. But this is, you know, from the March low here, this is probably a nice clean pattern of where we are with everything, you know. And what we're looking at the moment with the S&P is the same as well, and the NASDAQ. We're just looking for the top of this last leg here to top out, and then we'll have wave 4 and then wave 5 moving up here. The extension's in wave 3 here, so wave 1 and wave 5 can be sort of roughly the same. So Alphabet, whatever, at this sort of target area over here, and in that time this has taken, you know, 6 months or whatever here, or longer actually. So we can expect the same here. It just depends on how long the fourth wave takes. So that's always the tricky thing about getting the timing right for these tops and things. It's all about the wave 4. I mean, wave 1 and wave 5 can sort of move, you know, we can see what wave 1 is, so wave 5 is going to be roughly the same. Wave 2 was simple, so we can expect wave 4 to be complex, more sideways than wave 2. So we can expect some sort of triangle or some sort of flat correction or something here for that. Yeah, but anyway, that's just a nice picture of what the whole markets are doing, really. Okay, so let's move over to Amazon. So with Amazon here, we're looking, I'll just borrow these, we're looking for much the same thing here for this. So we can look at, what's the daisy? So we're looking for this move down through here as one, and then an A and a B and a C wave up into the box here. and then we move down lower from that point. So we've been looking for the short trade here. Obviously we're going to get the short trade up there, so I'm going to just delete that there. In fact, we're long in this market, so let's go to the famous tick chart and look at this. So once again, a bit like Apple in a way, but in this case here we've got this A, B and C wave up here. So we've got this first leg here as being corrective. It was interesting really because if it's a wave 2 up here, down for wave 1 here and over for wave 2 here, then we should have 5 waves in the first leg here, not 3. That's why I've labeled an A wave and a B wave, just to keep me on my toes, because as a wave 2, it should just be wave 2 should be the market comes down for wave 1. So the A wave should be 5 waves. The B wave is always 3 waves, and then another 5 waves for wave C. So this is a zigzag pattern. So it's a 5-3-5 structure. So I don't have 5 waves in this first move over here. So that's why I've labeled it wave A, in case some sort of other weird thing is happening here with this. But anyway, let me just tune in here. I can see that this is the first wave here. This is we could put, being conservative, we could put wave 3 here. Probably not the case. I'm thinking 1 and... oh, hang on a sec. Oh, I got it. It's not there yet. That's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 just for the third wave, and then we've got this 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 here. So we've still got, maybe it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to there, maybe. Anyway, this wave 4 should drop back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here, actually. Probably won't come that far down, but just sort of... could be something like that. won't be far off. But these will just move in the night anyway, so... but anyway... so yeah, that's that, and that's all the stock there is as well. So what are we going to do about this in terms of taking profit here? Well, it makes sense to take at least some off at 34. That's a nice balanced view about all of that, I'd say. So I'll just put that right in the middle there. The question is that, do you want to survive this wave 4 to get a little bit higher here? This is the length of wave 1 from here to here. So the time that pulls back, it's not going to give it much of a high here. So you could probably even think you either need to survive wave 4 to keep the stop out of the way, or you can just see if it just continues to move up through that way, and then that way you put the stop just under here for that. I think I'm going to just take the money off the table here, but a trading stop is a good stop. So, but I'll let you decide to do what you need to do with that. Okay, that's everything. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Cheers.